was their icon. The liberals loved him. The op-eds praised him. The talk circuit adored him. He was their judge until he wasn't.
This boy,
Please listen to me. You're not, 1 second.
I am a citizen of this country.
1 second. Don't shout at me.
Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, who retired as the 50th Chief Justice of India, is now being accused of showing overactivity in a case during his time as the Chief Justice of India, which has been called a possible misuse of power.
Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud is in the news for overstaying in his official residence even after retiring in the month of December in 2024.
Because now, that same man is being accused of clinging to power, being too cozy with the regime, undermining secular values, and apparently committing the gravest sin of all, refusing to take sides. Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, once hailed as the voice of progressive India, is now the punching bag of the very class that once called him their hero. What changed? Nothing really, except that he stayed consistent and they didn't. Here's the real scandal. Justice Chandrachud didn't flip sides. He didn't change. What he did was worse. He remained nuanced. He supported privacy rights, decriminalized homosexuality, struck down adultery as patriarchal, and pushed for gender inequality in temple entry. The liberal class loved him. But then he allowed a scientific survey of the Gyanvapi Mosque, upheld due process in the Loya case, delivered a reasoned verdict on Ayodhya, and suddenly he was a traitor. Because in the world of the Twitter elite, nuance is treason. Let's talk about the real issues, shall we? Like the house drum, Justice Chandrachud stayed in his official residence post-retirement. Why? Because he was finding a disability-friendly home for his daughters, both of whom suffer from a rare neuromuscular condition. And what did the critics do? They turned it into a moral scandal. Fall from grace, taxpayers' money, power hungry. Suddenly, empathy was off-brand for those who usually talk about inclusion, accessibility, and representation. And then came the glass panel war. Yes, really. He oversaw modernization of the Supreme Court corridors, air conditioning, glass panels, a new logo by NIFT for the court's 75th anniversary. The backlash was fierce. The logo restored to tradition, the glass toned down. Because apparently, air conditioning is now authoritarian. The Loya case, once the crown jewel of conspiracy theorists. Justice Chandrachud ruled no need for a new probe. The affidavits, the official inquiries, they held up. But for his critiques, that wasn't good enough. They wanted drama, a docuseries, a Netflix show with suspense music and jump cuts. And when the judge said, let's stick to evidence, they screamed betrayal. Because in their world, a good judge is one who shares their suspicion and vibe and not one who follows the due process. The 2019 verdict gave the Ram Janambhoomi Trust the land, but also acknowledged the illegality of the mosque demolition. It reaffirmed the Places of Worship Act. It allocated land for a new mosque. It followed evidence, not emotions. But that didn't matter because for many, secularism isn't neutrality. It's just opposing the Hindu side by default. Justice Chandrachud permitted a scientific survey to ascertain what stood on the site pre-1947. Again, no judgment, just permission to find out. Q meltdown. He was accused of legitimizing majoritarianism for allowing questions to be asked. Never mind that the Places of Worship Act does not ban inquiry, only alterations. When even a survey becomes a threat, you know the insecurity isn't legal, it's actually ideological. Let's rewind. This is a man who gave India the right to privacy, decriminalized homosexuality, struck down adultery laws as patriarchal, advocated for women's temple entry, set new standards in the disability rights, overruled his own father's judgment when he believed they were wrong. He was the left's legal darling. But the moment he didn't deliver outcomes that aligned with the liberal playbook, in every case, they turned on him. His past rulings forgotten, his intellectual honesty ignored, his consistency branded as betrayal. Here's the real reason why some liberals are spiraling every 6 months. They lost their monopoly over the judicial narrative. Parliament gone. Media fragmented. Voters slipping away. The court, that was their last fortress. But now, even the judiciary isn't theirs anymore. Justice Chandrachud wasn't a saffron foot soldier, but he wasn't a left icon either. He refused to play team politics. He ruled for law, not for loyalty. And in today's echo chamber, that's the ultimate betrayal. So why do liberals love to hate Justice Chandrachud? Because he did the one thing they didn't expect. He didn't audition, he didn't perform, he didn't pander, he just did the job. A constitutional adult in a room full of ideological toddlers. He made both sides uncomfortable. And that's the sign of a truly independent judge. So here's the thought. Maybe the outrage isn't about his glass panels or his house or his temple visits. Maybe it's about control. And maybe that control slipping away is what this tantrum is really about.